Yay. We are here.
Can I say live what I said
Are we?
backstage?
Sure.
No, Gary has to say it. I want to hear.
What?
Please change the layout. I know you want to see Arnold.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You see, I am the producer. I told him that, and he flipped me.
No, I don't like it.
It's
I don't like this.
Then change it to squares.
No, this will be fine.
Okay.
I prefer the squares to the circles, to be honest.
I'll try not to look at myself.
He wants Arnold looking over his shoulder.
Okay.
Screw Arnold.
Screw Arnold's gaze. His male gaze.
Oh my God. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make it through this show. I'm sick to my stomach right now, so yay. Gambit is here, first one in the house. Snorty's next. How about Snorty? And then anybody else pop in? Oh, that's it.
No. Not yet.
I will point out that what
I was gonna say we're running low and slow.
Yeah, we're running low and slow. We have a missing Austrian, and it's not Arnold. She is.
She's in the chat. She's in the chat. Yay!
She is experiencing technical difficulties. Technically, she doesn't want to be here.
She was all excited for me showing up and all that jazz, and now I've showed up. Where are you?
Sadly, they had storms today, and they lost internet, and it hasn't come back for her yet. So she's on her phone.
What the hell are storms? It is 33 degrees. It hot as balls. I mean, not in this room, but 33 degrees, hot as balls, and I haven't seen a cloud in 3 months.
Are they like hot as balls of fire?
Oh my God, you have no idea what's going on over here. It was a week and a half of relatively quiet, where the most crazy thing was soldiers keep getting killed. Yikes.
Right.
That was the quiet part. Now it's ramping back up again. But enough talk about Russians and Chechens and Georgians. Yowza.
Yeah, you definitely get some of that with this film. Something that's interesting is I am a big fan of the actor who plays the villain in this. His name is Ed O. Ross. Like he's Irish, but I'm like, I've never heard that fucking name before in Ireland, O. Ross. But that's, the name he goes by. And absolutely been a fan of his for a long time. He's in one of my favorite sci-fi films from the 80s called The Hidden. And I love that fucking movie. And he's just a really intense fucking actor. But I was like, the accent in this is really good. And I'm like, what is up with that? We'll come to find out. He's a first generation American. He was raised by people who fled, not Croatia, but one of the Slavic states. I can't think of it right now. Was it Georgia?
Serbia.
Georgia.
Georgia's not
Georgia.
Slavic. Georgia's not Slavic.
It's made up of a lot of Slavs.
Well, all of USSR was made out of a lot of Slavs.
Yes. Well,
no, I didn't say Slavs. I said Slavs.
Oh
they're all Slav.
But what I'm trying to say is that the character Victor is from Georgia.
Yeah.
His characters. But anyway, Ed O. Ross's real name is Ed Orss, O-R-S-S. He changed it when he became an actor. And he was an athlete, a boxer. like Golden Gloves, and he played farm league level baseball, and he was tried out for the major league, but he wasn't selected, and that led him going to a new direction, going into acting. And I remember, like, because he plays Lieutenant Touchdown in another great film from the 80s, Full Metal Jacket. He gets smoked behind the tank. And he's talking, he's got some great scenes, and suddenly, like, he's dead. But I'm trying to remember, because, like, early life, here we go. Ross was born Edward Orse, July 5th, 1949, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is of Czechoslovakian descent. His parents were from Czechoslovakia. So his ability to do accents and speak Russian was actually really solid. And it's not the only actor who's like that. The actor who played the Djinn in the first two Dream Master movies, that guy speaks fluent Russian. And then the young man that played Chekhov in Star Trek 09, that kid was fluent Russian.
Yes.
Yeah. Fluent Russian. And you get this, and there's others like what's her name from Family Guy, the cute little Greek girl. She's fluent in other languages, including Russian, because her family was Greek Russian. It's just really cool, and I always like this guy. Great villain in this movie. And you pointed something out before the show that is so true, that I probably wouldn't have enjoyed this movie as much without Jim Belushi's character, but Jim Belushi's character is not essential to the story.
Right? It's not even a partnership. He's more of a background character.
He's a device, really, in many ways. But it's a fun device.
Driver.
Yeah, he's the taxi driver.
Yeah.
But he ends up suffering the same thing that Danko suffered, Schwarzenegger's character, that his partner gets smoked by the same villain. So they have a shared hatred of the same guy. So he ends up helping him. And
but essentially, if Gallagher wouldn't have died, I think I don't even remember what Belushi's character is called. Ritzik. He would have still probably held Danko. Probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because at the end, he even says it at the end, we're just cops.
Yeah, just cops.
And one of the unsung villains in the film is played by still young Lawrence Fishburne. He went by Larry Fishburne.
Larry Fishburne. He was so goddamn good because he was like the uptight, brown noser kind of a guy who was like,
big brown noser.
By the book.
By the book.
Yeah. And
I got to tell you, man, the unsung hero of this film is Peter Boyle as Lou Donnelly.
I loved him so much.
Captain.
He was great as a captain. It's like, I got a heart attack. I'm about to go. He was almost like Joe Pantoliano from Bad Boys in Bad Boys 2. It started off with it was like, woosah. He had that woosah moment. And it was like 88 and not 2008 or whatever Bad Boys 2 was, like 2003. And I was audibly laughing. And Peter Boyle was essentially Ray Romano's dad from Who Everybody Loves Raymond, just more fat. I guess that's about it. But it was the same kind of character, sort of like mischievous, but also is like the hard ass captain and takes no shit from nobody. And he knows exactly who to turn to when he needs to like lay down the law. He just goes to Larry Fishburne. It's like, okay,
well, and what I also love is
you
that
do it.
Let's see where they go with this. This is a no-lose scenario for me. You know, I love that. It's like, it's a win-win for me. If they screw up, I can get rid of them.
Yeah.
You know, if they succeed, we get a win that way too. And then later he goes, "I was wrong."
I was wrong. This is
It
way
really
more,
could go
way
bad.
more serious than I thought. And essentially, if you've seen Everybody Hates Raymond, it's this essentially
He's the
Ray's
same
dad.
character.
It's
Yeah.
like, okay, if Ray fucks up, I look good. If he doesn't fuck up, he is my son. I look good. It's that sort of mentality. It's so strange how he got from
He's
there
my
to
son,
there.
not me. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good God, so many good things in this film. Another great cast member is Brian James is in this as one of the drug dealers in it, and you get to see Schwarzenegger rough him up, and which is so weird because Brian James is usually the big motherfucker in the room, and Schwarzenegger really, really looked like he could rough him up. So I thought that was fun. Another good actor in this movie is Peter Jason. He was in a lot of John Carpenter movies. You see him all over the place. Great character actor. You also have the guy I just commended for playing Jonathan Kent is Pruitt Taylor Vince in one of his early roles. And I think he's really good in this movie as the hotel manager.
Yep. I recognize him too. It's like, that's really interesting how things kind of go along. And it's so weird because I reviewed Constantine like a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, he plays the priest.
The priest, and then he drinks himself to death at some point.
He doesn't taste it or feel it.
Yeah. So it's so strange. It's like, wow, I remember this guy. Now I remember where I remember him from. It's so weird. But, it is what it is.
And by the way, another very good actor, Russian actor, Savily Kramarov, is in this film. And boy, he's been in some stuff. One of my favorite films with him, Moscow on the Hudson. And I really liked him in The Year We Make Contact, 2010, the sequel to 2001. He's also in Tango and Cash.
I mean,
all over the place.
Brian James, they're 1 year away from Tango and Cash, where he played an Australian dude.
Oh my God, his Australian accent is so horrible, but I don't care.
It was outrageous, but he was so fucking fun in that movie. Oh my God. Tango and Cash will go down as the last action movie in the 80s. And it's great. It's just great.
Thomas, what was that by Anima? What'd she say? He still sounds like a farmer. When he speaks German. Yeah. Absolutely. Thomas Donnenberg dubbing Arnold. Yeah, that's the guy who dubs all of Arnold's German for when they release Arnold films in Germany. And the joke always been, and it's a true joke, it's not a lie. Arnold offered to dub his own German so they could still hear his voice, and they were like, "No, we're good. We're good. We don't want your farmer accent." So that's funny. 11 Alpha is here. What's up, buddy? Slasher Fred is here. Read by Nature is here. What is up, guys? Happy middle of the fucking week. I still enjoy the stuff she's in, but yeah, she's just she doesn't have that star quality.
What, Mila Kunis?
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's funny. Got a great sense of timing, comical timing. But yeah,
we're gonna have a fight in the chat here between Anima and 11.
Well, I'm not going to argue with 11 on. Oh wait, I thought he was saying Australians because we were talking about Australians. What's he say? All Austrians. That is not true. I would much rather listen to somebody from Vienna,
shots fired,
German, than a German. I used to make fun of German being just a brutal language, guttural language, and
it is.
Then I heard Viennese, and I'm like, oh wow, that's pleasant.
German is very rough.
Yeah, especially by Germans.
Yes,
very rough.
We have a German student over here. She is much taller than I am, which is not hard. But she rarely speaks German, and when she does, it sounds weird. As in, I've heard German spoken before, mostly yeah, and that sort of thing in movies. And when you hear it speak like spoken, it's like that's not good. Not that Hebrew is better, or Arabic, but in a sort of a different way.
Yeah. I was just reading this one. We got two Gwen here. Hail all. I loved Rod Heat, another of my favorite Walter. And that's one thing I wanted to bring up is Walter Hill is the unsung hero of Alien. A lot of people don't know how much he doctored that screenplay. He cleaned up that movie so much. And he, of course, was the guy in the back seat making sure that any of the updated work as they moved along, because Ridley does that. He wants rewrites that day.
Wasn't it written by O'Bannon and the other
Dan
guy?
O'Bannon and Ron Shusett, who I used to know. A very nice man, Ron Shusett. And but no, it got altered a lot. And the movie they wrote was not what we saw.
Okay.
And
I didn't see that in my research, but okay. It's been
I'm
a
just
while.
telling you. And
been a
Ron
while.
Shusett would tell me these little anecdotal things that were going on, the frustration that they would get over the changes. And one of the earliest changes, but Dan O'Bannon was directly involved with the film in other ways because he was sort of the production artist director, the guy in charge of production art. He was deeply in there.
Didn't Cameron bring him on, both him and Suchet, to do Aliens, but they didn't write it? I don't remember.
I don't know.
They
I
brought
don't
him on
recall that ever being brought up.
I thought they were there as sort of a outside consultants, as in just.
Well, my relationship with Shusett ended abruptly, not because of anything happening, but because I lost his phone number.
Oh,
and
I was about to ask who cheated on who.
No, I lost his phone number when I moved.
No, you didn't get me, Gary. Who cheated on who?
Yeah, I know. I got it. It just wasn't funny.
He would have laughed if it were funny.
It is.
No, there are moments when he cracks a joke that I find funny up here, and I don't laugh, and I think it bugs him, and it's not because I'm trying to. It's just no. I actually found that funny. I just moved on very quickly, and I find it funny upstairs.
I scattershot jokes in hopes of one landing.
Yeah, you like shotgun, just wide blast. It's a sawed-off shotgun, so you got like a 12-foot wide blast within 6 feet.
Correct.
I love the motherfucking movie Tango and Cash, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've done that one yet, and I really do want to do it because that is one of those movies that because Stallone has been pushing Kurt Russell for a while to try to do it. He doesn't give completely up. Kurt keeps saying no. We're too old.
I would suggest to them to not do a sequel. I really do.
If it's a sequel, it shouldn't be a sequel. It should be a standalone movie where they reprise their characters as the old cops that help the main characters. That would be fun to me. Because I do like their interactions with each other.
Yeah, I thought they were great, but let's, if you don't mind, let's stick to this movie because I've got like 40 minutes or less. I would love to do Tango and Cash with you guys. Hopefully on a day that I can actually appear for the whole show, like a Friday or something.
Okay, Gary, what did the cannibal do after he dumped his girlfriend? Anybody?
Wipe his
I don't know.
ass?
Wipe his nose?
Yeah, wipes his ass. Yeah, it sounds gross. No matter what, it has to be gross, the answer to that joke. Or they could. No, I agree with you there. It'd be nice to see them reunite in something. They kind of had a quasi reuniting in Tombstone, but not really. That was not Sly Stallone. That was Frank Stallone. And his scenes was with Val Kilmer, not Kurt. No, are you kidding me, guys? Don't give Hollywood any ideas. Don't let them. Hey, I'm not giving fucking anybody ideas. Stallone has had this idea for a while, and he's been wanting to write it and produce it.
I blame Mephisto.
I will take the entire blame. It's fine.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the part that Walter Hill had in that movie, and I tell people all the time because I was told firsthand by Shusett that he was constantly doctoring the script for Ridley and trying to help get stuff going because he wanted the movie to be a success. Walter Hill was very much behind Alien. He was one of those quiet guys in the background that's making shit happen. And I'm a big fan. Fucking 48 Hours is one of my favorite movies of all time. We've never done it.
Oh, you should.
Has one of my favorite lines in that movie. It's like, what's his name? Creasy or Casey? Casey. Say, Casey, tell me a bedtime story. Fuck you. Oh, that's my favorite. I watched that with my dad, and I'm just laughing my ass off watching that movie.
A lot of people forget that was Eddie Murphy's first movie.
That was it.
Ever been in, and
made him a star.
He jumped off the screen. He really did. That whole scene in the bar where he proves to him that he could do whatever he wants if you give him a badge. It was hilarious, man. That was so funny.
Man, oh man. And you know, if they did a sequel, if they wanted to be funny, it would be about the kids who are half Stallone and half Kurt Russell because he married his sister. Kurt Russell married Stallone's sister and had kids. And then they grow up not liking each other. And that would be funny. And one took on traits of the Stallone side of the family, and the other took on the traits of the Kurt Russell family. I'm telling you, Stallone is up to something still with it. He's never going to give that up. He's going to keep bugging Kurt Russell about it. So getting back to Red Heat, this has one of the greatest scenes of all time, the beginning of this film. And I want to point out again, one of the guys he goes up against is his old buddy Sven. You know him from Conan. He's the hammer-wielding Thulsa Doom warrior that breaks the giant penis pillar at the middle of the orgy scene.
Is he one of the weightlifters that used to work out with him? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I remember they were in a couple of right there at the beginning of his career. He tried to get them in as many parts as he could. And
he was a stunt actor because he would do stunts as well as acting. And I think he does a fine job in the films. He's not a great actor. If you don't pay attention, you might miss him in this movie. But he is in this scene. And oh boy, I hope Mark was on his game today of covering titties.
Oh, yes.
Because there are so many titties in this movie, and some of them I really liked, like Gina Gershon. Woo!
Hello.
It was I forgot she was it's sort of behind the curtain, but her bush was behind the curtain too.
Yeah, you could see her in that.
That was a surprise.
My late friend and former boss, Craig Zwiner, she was his hall pass. That if he ever got to meet her, that his wife couldn't say anything.
That's funny.
There he is. That's Sven right there in the background. Not the Asian dude.
Yeah, the Asian dude who puts.
There he is. That's Sven.
Yeah, man. That's not fun. That hot stone. And by the way, that was real 3rd-degree burns, not what I had.
and they did a good effect here because it's clearly not a real hot rock.
Yeah.
And then he punches the guy with the rock in his hand. And I'll tell you right now, that would hurt for that dude getting hit.
Yeah.
Because there's no flexion of the knuckle. So he's getting the brunt of that fucking hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like Conan all over again, fighting in the snow, half naked, mostly naked, pretty much naked. Grabs him by the fucking beard. I love that. And got to be honest, his Russian was pretty good in it.
Yeah. There was a few mistakes from the few Russian sentences that I know.
He doesn't speak a lot of Russian in the movie, so
No.
he probably had somebody teaching him. Well, he had Russians in the movie probably helping him. But this is actually Red Square. This is so weird the way they pulled this off because most of it was shot in Hungary, which was difficult by itself, being able to shoot in Hungary. But they did
at the time.
But to get their shots in Russia, they lied and snuck the shots. And they even managed at the end of the movie to get Arnold in a fucking Russian police uniform. And you keep seeing these two police officers slowly working their way towards him over the credits at the end. Because they were like, what's going on here? What are you doing?
I thought they were his, like in Rocky IV where they got him some bodyguards.
Yeah.
So I thought they were the bodyguards that they, like the real KGB guys that they inside.
Yeah, it's like, it's so weird over there. Well, after the fall of the wall, a lot of the former KGB and military were the mob. And people don't understand that when they talk about this movie, the villain in this is a veteran, a Russian veteran, military veteran. And they mention it. And it's like, yeah, a lot of those guys that didn't like the system turned to crime to fight the communism. And I always found that interesting. But then after the communist bloc fell, they just continued doing what they did. Now they're just doing it because they can do it.
A lot of the
Eli.
A lot of the Jewish Russian oligarchs that mid 2000s that Putin just went after. Some of them escaped, some of them didn't. Some of them are still in prison. They were all Jewish businessmen when Russia fell, when the USSR fell, and Boris Yeltsin was like in trouble. We need money. So they started selling all the natural resources, like the production stuff. And they were the ones that just formed these conglomerates. And essentially, some of them actually borrowed money from the mob to buy the franchise to acquire those factories and refurbish them. So there was a lot of tie-in between the Russian mob, I forgot the name, the actual Russian mob, and these legitimately rich Jewish oligarchs. So he went after them after that, and it got some of, like the guy who bought Chelsea was just like that. Roman Abramovich. He wasn't Jewish. I'm not sure if he's Jewish or not, but one of those guys who were like, oh, I'm just gonna control 17,000 oil fields because Yeltsin sold it to me for cheapest chips because they needed money.
I want to point out that the names I paused on right there are important. Mario Kassar and Andrew Vajna. They worked on a lot of cool fucking movies. First Blood, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Total Recall, Stargate, just to name a few.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny when the Korolko logo went up during the thing, and
Jericho?
you could
Yeah.
hear the the Rambo 2 music playing because that was their thing. It's theirs, so they put it on.
Yeah, absolutely, really powerful producers in Hollywood. Sadly, though, Perelco went out of business,
Yeah.
and it's sad.
It went out like Canon did. They were as prudent as Canon.
A lot of Arnold's early movies. My favorite one he's ever done was on with that company, Total Recall. That was a Jericho.
I don't remember that name. I guess you'd say I don't have Total Recall.
There you go. There it is. He
You
needs help.
might need to take a vacation for 2 weeks.
Right. 2 weeks.
See,
Get your ass to Mars.
What was the name of the source material for that? It was a story called "We Can Help You Remember Wholesale" or something like that. I can't remember the exact name.
Yeah,
it's a very cool concept. It's my
This is
favorite
an
Arnold
interesting
movie.
comment.
I know everybody thinks it's Terminator 2 and Conan and all this. My favorite one is Total Recall. I love that movie.
Well, the funny part is there really is this close connection in the 80s between Stallone and fucking Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people don't realize how closely connected they were. So when they finally got together as business partners, you know, to open Planet Hollywood and all that shit, who would ever imagine that these two guys that just hated each other would fucking end up becoming like best boos in real life?
I'm not
Love
sure
it.
they actually did hate each other. I think they wanted to.
There was some hatred because there was resentment, and it was competitive. You are correct in that nature, but by the end of the 80s, it was starting to taper off, and
think
by
it
the
was
90s, they started becoming friendlier.
I think it was more of a Larry Bird, Magic Johnson kind of a rivalry.
We will never know. We have to trust their stories, and their stories tend to agree.
They're kind of moving the goalposts as the
A little
longer
each
they are
time.
living. So I'm pretty sure they were like, oh, he's gonna fuck me over. Now I'm gonna fuck him over. It's not hatred as in
Who got the worst fuck over though? You know who got that?
well, Arnold essentially got the last laugh, holding
With
a fake leg.
"Stop or my mother
yelling
will shoot."
cocaine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stop
I know what you.
or my mama will shoot. Tricked Stallone into taking that role. Oh yes, I really want to do it. I'm totally down with it. He totally fucked him over. That is so fucking funny. And they laugh about that shit now. They're just like, God, man, we really did. It's like if one killed 20 in a film, the other had to go kill more. Now, the one thing in this film that, even though in real life he was friends with Clint Eastwood, Arnold, he makes a joke about Clint Eastwood in this. Who's Dirty Harry? And on top of that, he says, everybody knows, and he names a fictional gun that doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
That is actually a dressed up Desert Eagle. It was the Magnum one, not the 50 cal one. It's the Magnum dressed up as the pistol he's carrying right there. That's actually a Desert Eagle. And that gun is fictional, but he said that he was not going to show recoil because he had to show that he was stronger than Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
So when he fires this fucking Magnum, there's no kick.
Did you count the shots? I counted the shots because
I did it. I did while we were watching it. Yeah.
I remembered from Last Action Hero, one of the issues that brought up in Last Action Hero that he can shoot the same gun without changing mags
ever reloading
and everything. A Magnum 44 has 6 shots.
Yep.
Do you know how many Arnold fired without you seeing him change the bullets? Even with the fast reload, he fired 13 shots.
Well, here's what I've always said that you saw, because stuff happens between scenes, so he may have very well reloaded.
Yeah.
If there's a cut, there's that thing. And I got into that argument with my dad one day. I said, if you see a cut in a scene, Clint Eastwood reloaded. Because there was a question of that with one of the gunfights in Pale Rider. Was it Pale Rider? No. Josie Wales. Josie Wales.
I love Josie Wales. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Outlaw
where
Josie Wales.
he had endless clips, but every time it switches sides. Yeah, I know what
The
you're talking
absolute
about.
best Western of all time.
And my dad, oh my God, my dad is was more OCD than me. Normally I'm the one pissing and moaning about stuff in a movie. My dad's sitting there going, can they pick a time of day for this fucking scene? The final scene in the movie. And what I tried to explain to Dad was Clint Eastwood, who was paying out of his pocket to reshoot this scene because the studio wouldn't put another dime in. So he had to pay out of his pocket, and they were trying to get that shot done. And that's why you have different times of day in almost every cut shot. When it switched to another camera, it's like it's high in the sky, it's low, and it's just, go watch that movie and that final fight scene, and you'll notice the sun shifts its position constantly throughout that scene. And it drove my father nuts. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, Alpha. It's the Desert Eagle Magnum, the 357. And of course, the most powerful handgun in the world is, of course, the 44 Magnum. And that was not a 44 Magnum, it was a 357. And but it's a fictional gun, so who cares? He said it was a 9.62 millimeter.
I don't remember. It's a fictional caliber.
9.2.
9.2.
It's a fictional
Let it
caliber.
roll.
I think the KGB's gun wasn't even Russian. I think it was an Italian Beretta, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody told me once. It was so funny that there was this is a Russian-made thing, Kalashnikov, blah, 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 blah. No, I think KGB had Beretta guns as a standard issue, not Russian. But if somebody can tell me otherwise, and this is from a guy who was not USSR Russia, he was Moscow Russia.
Right.
So.
Well, they did carry the PSM, the Pistolet, and I can't pronounce that fucking words. They're Russian. For compact self-loading, blah, blah, blah. And it was designed by the Tula Design Bureau in 1969. And when you look at it, I think it was clearly designed to look very similar and work similarly to the Walther PPK. Because it looks like a lady's pistol. It's a really small one. By the way, here's something interesting that you might not know. Have you ever watched the way Putin walks? He walks with one stiff arm.
Yes.
That is actually from KGB training. They're trained.
Wow.
Their weapon hand never moves when they walk. It never moves.
I thought they were trained to give the impression of being hurt, but not really.
No, from what I understand, it was primarily for quicker draw. So their weapons arm, the hand that they're going to use, has to stay rigid and in place. And they're taught to walk that way, and Putin still walks that way. But I also want to point out, I think that fucker probably packs too. He's still
but
carrying.
I don't think he has the quick draw. I think it's from here, but
I want to point out that this is a cross-dresser movie, but it's not a transvestite movie. Like the character,
what, the nurse?
Yeah, that dude you just met on camera is the guy that pretends to be the nurse.
Yeah, but it's the same situation.
That Jim Belushi is like dog-eyeing.
Oh yeah. It's the same situation like the Joker from The Dark Knight. It's actually
That
the
wasn't
same,
even
the
remotely
same outfit.
believable. Yeah, that
Yeah, I
wasn't even
know.
remote. That's the guy that does it, and he is very convincing as a female impersonator.
He's
in
got
this
a good
movie.
baby face, and
But I love that Belushi's character is absolutely eye fucking the shit out of her, and it's not even a her. It's like nobody mentions anything later
but you can
because
tell
that
it's
to
like
me was a joke.
you can tell it's like close to the end of the '80s because Belushi is like, "How you doing, baby? Blow me." A random girl is like, "How you doing, baby? Blow me."
Yeah, and this is
And
when you meet
this
Belushi's
shit,
character.
they kind of missed the town. That wasn't Chicago. That's a full-on New York.
Yep. This is so fucking funny here because he's just ogling the shit out of all those hookers' boobs. And
Yeah.
look at the size of those knockers.
Yeah, I think they're real. I think. Do you think they're real? Did she buy
That's
them?
his partner that gets killed later.
Gallagher. Yeah. I don't remember what's Lawrence Fishburne's name in this. He's Lieutenant something. I don't remember.
Fishburne is Lieutenant Stobbs.
Oh, Stobbs.
And again,
that's it. He looks
as
like
Larry
like
Fishburne.
Malcolm X.
Yeah, he does. He was really thin back then when he first started in the movies.
Yes.
The one I always remember is The King of New York, when he was blasting away at that redheaded dude from CSI.
People don't know that he is actually way underage when he was
Yeah.
in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah,
He was
He was like
16?
14. He was 14,
16,
15
14,
when he got
15.
cast. Yeah,
Yeah.
14, between 14 and 15 when he got cast. And when they shot the film, he was 15 and then became 16 during shooting.
Yeah, because it took like a year and a half.
Oh, man. Yeah, so much time.
We went through that movie, and it was we were mostly talking about the disasters because it was like a disaster behind the scenes month for us.
Oh god,
Right.
And we mostly talked about what kind of a shit show was going on behind
production
the scenes.
hell. Yeah,
And it was about 2 hours of that, about an hour and a half essentially, and then a little bit about the movie itself. Oh my god.
All right, so we have a call out for it. So here you go, Sander.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
Exactly.
that's funny.
I love the guy who played Elijah Abdul or Abdul Elijah.
Yeah,
He was
Salim.
perfect. He was
Salim.
perfect.
It's J.W. Smith plays that character, Salim,
It was
and
great.
he is really good. Ends up getting smoked in a bathroom, shot by that hidden pistol.
Ah,
No. The guy, that's not Abdul Elijah. Abdul Elijah is the guy in prison who is like
That dude.
the head guy who controls everything.
Yeah, that's Britton Jennings, and he's a legit actor, man. He's been in a lot of good movies.
He was really good in that role. And again, it's sort of like Belushi and Arnold are going into this place, and once they get there, Belushi is kind of shunned aside, and Arnold takes over and does everything.
Right.
He does
By
the
the
talking,
way-
he does the interrogation, he does everything.
One of the best films I ever saw him in is with Brad Pitt in the movie Moneyball. The guy that played Abdul Elijah. He's a good fucking actor.
You can tell is the perestroika age where they can openly, because they did not openly say anything American to a certain point. It was all hidden away. If you were two cops out in the precinct talking about rock and roll and shit, you've been in a gulag at a certain point in time.
You
But
fucked up somewhere because that's something you can't hide.
Between 85 to 89, it was like More acceptable, but not really. Not out in the open. Not out in the open. If you want the real feel of what was going on back then, especially in that time, 85, 88, maybe like even before 85, in Tetris, you can kind of see that where it's very underground and very hush hush. Not two cops openly discussing rock and roll and shit.
Yeah, because they had underground clubs over there in the
yeah.
80s, man, and they were totally fucking into the fucking American English fucking rock and roll. By the way, Anima has shown up. She is here.
Yes, I'm back in civilization.
Guten Tag.
It's guten Abend.
Whatever.
In the evening.
Oh, it's evening now, so yeah, she's going to be technical with you. So
fine.
It's,
Guten
Of course I
Abend.
am.
it's like an
I'm a
hour
language
difference
nerd.
from you.
Anyway, it's a
There-
good
Sorry,
time.
I missed
Yeah.
the first hour. That
I'm
sucked.
about to dip myself, so we've got supporting cast all over the place.
Did you
So-
just call me supporting cast?
Yes,
No,
you
I'm
can.
the supporting cast.
So the movie was based on an original story by Walter Hill, and he said he conceived of the idea of Red Heat because he and Arnold Schwarzenegger had long wanted to work together. And what he said was this: I didn't want to do sci-fi, and it's tough to use Arnold credibly as an American context with that accent. I thought it would be interesting if he could play a Russian cop in the US. I wanted to do a traditional John Wayne Clint Eastwood larger than life movie. You then ask the question, will the American audience accept an unapologetic Soviet hero, someone who will not defect at the end of the movie? And it worked. The movie fucking worked. Because yes, he goes back home, but he's made a friend. And I love that, Belushi gives him that fucking $1,000 watch, and Danko gives him a fucking like $20 watch that he got off the streets of Russia.
Right. I love the look on Belushi's
And that
face
look on
when he
Belushi's
realizes.
It's like really regretting his decision to trade watches.
By the way, I'm pretty sure Belushi did not give him $1,000 watch, but okay.
Oh, he probably would have stole it. He probably got it from a crime scene. Because you can tell this is a cop who's
No,
okay with shades of gray.
He tells Danko that he got it on a rebate.
Yeah, it has meaning to
a
him.
rebate.
Yeah,
Okay.
He still paid like $700 for it.
So, according to Schwarzenegger, when Hill approached him, he did not have a complete script. He just had a basic premise, and the scene in which Danko rips off a henchman's leg to discover is a wooden and contains cocainum.
Cocainum.
Cocaine or cocaine?
Cocainum.
Schwarzenegger agreed to make the movie on the basis of this and Hill's track record, in particular his early buddy action comedy 48 Hours. The wooden leg scene originally came from a script by Harry Kleiner that had been sent to Hill. Hill did not want to do the script, but loved the scene and paid Kleiner for the scene. So he paid the guy for that scene and kept it in there. Oh, that's great. Hill says he deliberately chose to tone down Schwarzenegger's persona in the film, making him more realistic and less prone to wisecracks. Hill said, I had confidence in him as an actor. I didn't want him just to throw a Volkswagen over a building. Arnold has an ability to communicate that cuts through cultures and countries. They just love to see this guy win, but everyone thinks it's his muscles. It's not that at all. It's his face, his eyes. He has a face that's a throwback to a warrior from the Middle Ages or ancient Greece. And also, Arnold was the one who resisted changing his accent, losing it. They said they were going to have somebody work with him to lose the accent. He says, no, that's going to be the thing with me. And he's right. Fuck, man. How many people do an Arnold impression?
Maybe he just saw Hercules and thought he was a Greek god. For real, for real.
Hercules in New York. Terrible. Terrible movie. Just a terrible film.
It's not just his face in this movie, though, and his eyes. It's his methods. Because Belushi is at least trying to stick to the rules, and Arnold is just going in there breaking fingers left and right. Russian methods are economic. That was so.
It does have one of my favorite moments in the film that Anima begged me to record, and I had to remove the music. So here you go.
All right, about this pile of shit pimping here. In this country, we try to protect the rights of individuals. It's called the Miranda Act, and it says that you can't even touch his ass.
I do not want to touch his ass.
That's not my favorite part of the movie. My favorite part of the movie is the guy, Danko is just parking there. The guy comes in. No, it's my parking spot. You owe me $50. Me and this special Pete Rose. I think it was Pete Rose bat or whatever he said it was. And Danko leans over to him and says, "Do you know Miranda?" And he says, "I don't know that bitch." Pow!
I don't know that bitch. Pow, knocks him out.
That's the first part of the joke. The second part of the joke is Britzik comes in. He looks at the guy. He doesn't acknowledge him. He comes in, sits down, put his coffee back. What the fuck? Who was that guy? He was living there.
What's the guy doing on the ground?
That was the funniest fucking part of that movie. And because Belushi, it was just that kind of cop. So he's like, yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fuck. I love Walter Hill's writing on this film because Walter Hill's writing is what, in many ways, makes this movie so much fun. And I am, and I don't know, I'm sure you are too, huge Walter Hill fan.
I am. That's for sure. I wish he'd have been able to finish his trilogy he wanted to do, Streets of Fire. He was going to make a trilogy out of that, and he couldn't finish it because it didn't do well.
The movie tanked. Yeah, it tanked.
But it's a cool movie, man. If you're into music and stuff and you like that that kind of thing, it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
It's just a Western told in another time and place. That's all it is.
Yeah. I really do like that movie, especially the
I fell in love with Superman's mom from the Snyderverse in that flick, man. Whew. Oh my God. Diane Lane is a babe in that movie. Oh my gosh. Whew.
Yep. He was a babe when she was young.
Yeah.
Watch Unfaithful then.
I've seen Unfaithful. Yeah, of course I've seen that.
Oh wait, Unfaithful. What was that? What was that?
That's the one with her and Richard Gere, and she's messing around with Richard Gere with some French guy, right?
Yeah,
dude. Yeah,
she is.
Bad things happen because of it. Yeah, she's
that.
So hot.
I am not a fan of Richard Gere's, but I liked that movie.
Yeah, that's a good flick.
I thought that was a really good film. By the way, what was the nickname that Belushi gave to, or Ritzik gave to Danko?
Gumby. Because of that.
There you go. That's Gumby. I had to explain that before the scene happened. I had to explain who Gumby is.
Now, people don't remember this. There was a Russian band. I don't remember when they started, probably after 1990. They were wearing wigs that were cartoonishly like an Elvis hairdo with an elongated kind of thing. And it looked like a very exaggerated, not only Elvis, but it kind of looks like what Arnold has, but overly exaggerated.
Well, another person
I don't remember the name of the band.
Well, I remember Ice Cube or Ice. What's his name? Vanilla Ice had that fucking
kind of that thing, but more exaggerated.
Sanders Leningrad Cowboys.
Yes,
the Johnny Bravo.
That's the one.
Here,
that's
mama.
The one.
Johnny Bravo. Yeah, talked like Elvis and had that fucking crazy blonde pompadour. Oh, there, mama. By the way, did you know Seth MacFarlane wrote on that show?
No.
Which
Johnny
show?
Bravo did a lot of writing on it. Worked on the animation too. Johnny Bravo.
I've never seen Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo is my hero, bro. He is so awesome.
This is back when Arnold still had the Gap, so he was in the Gap Club.
Where he had his teeth fixed. Buddy?
Cool. Yeah, he was. He had a big gap. like lying.
Gary has a beef with him for getting it fixed.
Well, my tooth is broken. That's why it's even wider, because that old Dutchman elbowed me when I worked in the nursing home. He thought I was speaking German to him because I didn't speak Dutch, and he understood German, but he got confused and thought I was a German arresting him or something, and fucking nailed me. Just went back like that, clacked my teeth together, and splintered that tooth.
Germerman.
So he
Germerman.
gave you the Flying Dutchman.
It was an uppercut. So not the Flying Dutchman, but if there's an uppercut that's Dutchman, that's what he gave me. I like this where he knows he's going to pass out, but he's so powerful that he can resist passing out until he gets that key. Yeah, that's the over the top thing about this film is, he's so powerful, the gun doesn't kick when he fires it, this Magnum.
Which is stupid. That's one of two things that are stupid in this movie.
Because I've seen really big motherfuckers as big as Arnold firing weapons, and guess what? Guns still kick.
Yeah, because they're human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get this thing. You watch in slow motion, you can see the hand will recoil like this, like that. But then you'll see the muscles in their arms ripple all the way up the shoulder. It's, you can't resist physics by so much. You can do it a little bit, but his idea was his character needs to be more powerful than Clint Eastwood as Dirty. There he is. This guy is great, Russian actor.
Yeah.
He is so good in Moscow on the Hudson, one of my favorite films. All the Russian actors in there are just fantastic. So I will tell you this, and this is a true story. Schwarzenegger was told by Walter Hill to watch Greta Garbo's performance in Ninotchka, made in 1939, to get a handle on how Danko's character should react as a loyal Soviet. And because of it, he learned some Russian. So he could pick up the accent, and he did have, like I said, training on the accent. The music score was done by none other than James fucking Horner. And Hill said that I told James I wanted something like you're at the Olympics and you just won a gold medal.
Dude,
I wanted something heroic.
Did you catch the part in which you can hear the music from Commando here?
Well, it's so close because, well...
No. It is like 10 seconds.
He steals... No, I'm telling you, James Horner, just like John Williams, steals from himself all the time. You can hear certain, like, transitional stuff, like when he's transitioning, and you'll hear this escalation or de-escalation in a song. You'll hear the strings do this thing. It's the same thing in Star Wars, Superman, Raiders. You'll hear it. And the same thing with James Horner, notorious for borrowing and stealing from himself. His guitar use, good God.
I don't think it's stealing if you borrow from yourself.
It's not.
Reusing.
You are legally allowed to plagiarize yourself. Anyway.
It's reusing.
Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, in order to get that accent, and then moving back to James Horner, Horner was told to listen to certain kinds of music, like Sergei Prokofiev's cantata for the 20th anniversary of the October Revolution. And so you will hear music by James Horner in this that sounds really a lot like that music. And it was on purpose.
All right. I need to go to bed.
Take care, Mephisto.
It's
good to see you, man.
I'm not tired yet.
It's always
but I
good
have
to see you,
go.
man.
Yeah, so I wanted to be here last week when this was on, but yeah.
Yeah, I got sick last week.
It's all good. Anyway, I hope to join you all on Friday, and if not, we'll see you sometime in the future. All right. Have a good night.
Take care, Big
See you,
Daddy.
brother. So Hill says that he wanted to use buses rather than cars for the climactic action scene because it would be more interesting and different from anything else. Also, he said, I thought it was very appropriate for Arnold that he does, because he doesn't fit well in cars, to be in a bus. And I love the joke that he makes, because he's from Soviet Russia, so of course he knows how to drive a bus.
He was in the army there, so yeah, of course he would know that. But that made me think of you folding into the tiny orange car when I was visiting you. That was hard for you.
Danko says that he learned to drive a bus in the army.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
So another point to be made here is that Walter Hill wanted to make a film that was that traditional love story between two guys becoming friends. It was a bromance, a budding bromance. And it surprised a lot of people with the success that this film had, that there was an attempt at a sequel. It just never happened. The script was constantly being written during the shoot. Among the writers who worked on it was, of course, Hill himself, Harry Kleiner, who created the pulling the leg off scene for another film, Troy Kennedy Martin, Steve Mearson, and Peter Kreitz. And of course, none other than John Mankiewicz and Daniel Pine. Mankiewicz, of course, being from the Blue Blood writers of Hollywood, the Mankiewiczes. So he had a lot of fucking good writers involved with this project. Let's see. Let me see. You've got to understand that Walter Hill likes to create as he goes along, said a source close to the production. Also, the project was put together quickly based on the original idea of a Russian cop in Chicago. There was no script. And then a spokesman for the Writers Guild said Hill was a member in very good standing, quoted, he does tend to hire a lot of people, but he pays well above minimums. And we feel he's been quite straightforward about screen credit as to who deserves it and who doesn't. The film title designs were by Wayne Fitzgerald, created a new typeface, which is still available. I almost used it for the thumbnail for this movie, but then decided not to. Because it is hard to read. And it is where they reverse certain letters, like N's and R's are flipped backwards. Filming, the shoot of this film, opening scene was shot in Budapest. It was done at Ruda's Thermal Bath. It features a brawl between naked men, including Schwarzenegger. He approved the scene, saying that, quote, whenever the scene calls for nudity and it fits in the movie, I don't mind doing that. But if it's exploiting the idea of the nudity, I'm not going to bother with it. That's Schwarzenegger. The second half of the film was shot in Austria because Budapest had no snow. That's the exterior scene. And you can ask Anima, there's a lot of snow in Austria. She grew up with that shit.
In Ramsau it is, yeah. It depends where you go in Austria. In the Alps, the higher regions in the west, they have snow. We in the east, not really the climate for snow anymore.
The film did shoot for 4 days, primarily at Red Square in Russia, which became possible due to the rapid warm-up of the cultural and political relations between the Soviet Union and the United States. Despite obtaining permission for the film, the crew was unsure about what exactly they could shoot. Hence, they kind of hid the cameras in shooting the scene. And the sneaking in of Arnold is what led those cops moving their direction in the very final scene of the movie, where you see him salute and then walk off camera. I wonder if Larry Fishburne deliberately chose the Malcolm. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. So again, I want to point out that the pistol, the Soviet pistol that he carries in the film, the Pudbiren pistol is a 9.2 millimeter caliber. No, it's just 9.2 millimeter pistol. Caliber is something else. Hill wanted to be an unusually large, threatening weapon that resembled the Walther P-38. Tim LaFrance designed the gun at a workshop in San Diego, starting with the base of a Desert Eagle as an inspiration. Hence, the gun was nicknamed Hollywood Eagle. After the release of the movie, its copies were sold in the United States as the Pudbiren pistol, which is, of course, a work of fiction. As to the weapon of the main villain, Victor Rostovilla, Hill wanted it to be a concealed mafia-style gun. LaFrance designed it as a modified Derringer, which was strapped to the forearm using a spring-based system. The gun was hidden in a sleeve and slid into the hand after a certain one. Now, there is a 4-shot Derringer out there, and you'll see it in Blade Runner. It's what Brian James has at the beginning as Leon. And in that film, it's made to look like, it's called a black hole gun, because you can actually see the black hole blast come out in one scene right when he fires. You can see it smash into the table. And it was supposed to be the opposite of plasma. It was negative energy, that when you strike an object or a person with it, it implodes instead of exploding. So it causes mass soft tissue damage. Again, here he is. Yeah, this guy's a great fucking actor right here. This is the one Meth was talking about.
They also needed to make a gun that wouldn't look small in Arnold's hands because he's a tall, huge guy.
Yep.
They needed something that looks impressive.
He's taller
like
than me.
80s gun.
Yeah, he's 6'4".
Yep.
He has giant banana hands.
Like Tony Robbins, even.
Well, Tony Robbins is where I got that from.
Yeah.
Banana hands.
Banana
Because
hands.
Jack Black says that to him in the elevator.
That's right.
He says,
Shallow hell, baby.
"Watch who you touching there with those banana hands." I fucking died laughing. I'm like, I've never heard that before. That's great, with like giant bananas.
Freaking Shallow Hell is a funny movie.
Oh, it's a great film. It's got a moral to it. Done by the Farrelly brothers. And the other thing I love about the Farrelly brothers is that they have a lot of people in their circle that are physically disabled, and they put them in their movies and in their TV shows. Because like one guy that's in Shallow Hal is also in the TV series Louder Milk. Is one of the main characters.
Okay.
He's the guy with the guy with the chicken wing arms.
We need to go back to Louder Milk and finish it. Still have a couple episodes left.
There were rumors a year ago that there was a chance of reviving the series on another network.
Yeah,
because that's what ended the show. Is the network went under.
I'm totally in for renewing it. They even made plans that now his book is done and out and a huge success, and it all makes sense. There's so much more to tell. So I hope they still get to it.
Now, here's the thing that sucks about her character is she's kind of innocent, caught in the middle of all this stuff. And you can tell, you know, even Schwarzenegger's character has sympathy for her. You know, he doesn't love you. And she finds out in the end just how much he doesn't love her. Yeah, we talked about that for a little bit, buddy.
At least they didn't have knives.
Oh my God. Eastern Promises is that movie that just every guy that watches that scene, legs go together.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Swinging dicks and a knife fight. That's not a good combination.
Not just a knife fight, straight edge razors and shit.
Yeah, come on. Just not just any knife. Oh.
Yikes.
It's a good movie though. Solid film.
Oh yeah.
I consider it the only non-body horror film that he ever made.
Really? What about History of Violence? That wasn't really body horror.
It has some gory moments in it.
Yeah. When he smacks that guy with the coffee mug, it's pretty grisly.
Ouch.
Yep. Oh, trust me, dude.
I love
completely
Cronenberg, man.
empathize.
Don't start talking about Cronenberg. I love his stuff, dude.
Yeah,
He is
trying
crazy,
to find movies of his for her to watch is really hard.
Yeah,
What?
I imagine. You want to watch something weird by that guy, watch Crash. His not the Academy Award winning one. The one about the cult that gets off on car wrecks. It's freaking crazy.
I've never watched it, never wanted to. It's just too disturbing for me.
It is weird. Yeah.
Just the subject matter is too disturbing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
not going to watch that.
Yeah.
I've also not seen his film that he made with lesser Batman. I can't remember that kid's name from the vampire movies.
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, because something about Maps of the Stars, or whatever it's called. I've never seen it. I looked at it, saw the trailer, and I'm just like, not interested in it.
I didn't know he did a movie with him.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cronenberg's got, stepped over the line a few times to do just really normal movies. I consider Eastern Promises it's a good crime thriller.
Right.
History of Violence is just a very good movie.
Yeah.
And we
Based on a
need to do
graphic
that
novel.
one too. Yep.
Based on a graphic novel.
Nightbreed, he plays the serial killer.
Yeah.
He's the actual monster, while all the monsters are
That's
actually
Clive
the good
Barker movie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Based off of the book, what is a brood of witches referred to as a group?
Coven.
Coven. Was that it? No, it's not Coven.
That's what they call it, brood of witches, man. Yeah, it's a coven. Maybe there's.
I'm not saying it's not the word.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not the word.
Yeah.
Cabal. Yeah, and that was the name of at the end of the story, that's the name that Boone gets.
Cabal.
Cabal. And in fact,
Cabal?
there's
Took me a second to remember. Cabal.
There's an edit of
Oh, thank you. Read by Nature writes it down right as I'm fucking finding it in my head. Scanners. Yeah, I love Scanners. Now, Anima did watch that one. Videodrome, she won't watch Videodrome. Dead Ringers, she won't watch. She won't watch Dead Ringers.
Really? Why is that?
She can. Dead Ringer. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, no, she's not going to watch that movie.
Okay.
Why not?
I will show her the fucking trailer, and I guarantee you,
she is right here. Can
no.
you please explain why I wouldn't watch that?
I'm not going to want to watch that. You watch. I will do it. I'll show her the trailer, and she'll
You're
go,
making it sound like I'm complicated when it comes to movies.
No,
I'm
you're
really
not complicated.
No, you're not complicated.
More stuff
I am pretty sure about films I think you'll watch, and ones that I'm.
Well, you know me.
If I'm unsure, I will tell you I'm not sure. But that's one of those films I don't think you'll watch.
It's loosely based on a true story, Anima, about twin gynecologists who one of them is a playboy, the other one is the brainiac of the pair, and just so the brainiac type can get laid every once in a while, they swap places. The playboy will set him up with somebody, and actually, what the movie's about is drug addiction. That's what it's really about. I mean,
I'm just telling you, you are selling it to Anima right now. You are selling why she wants.
I know. That's why I was. You obviously know what she likes.
I'm going to show her the trailer, and I'm just telling you, she's not going to want to watch it.
Right.
Eastern Promises, on the other hand, is a wonderful movie.
Yes.
Great acting in it. Viggo Mortensen is so good in that fucking movie. She will never watch The Brood. And it's one of my favorite films.
That's a grisly flick right there. Woo! Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love that one.
We have our 3-year anniversary coming up, so yeah, he knows me by now a little bit.
Yeah, I was fixing to say. Yeah, he knows what's up.
And he's still scheduling us talking about movies like Airplane or Animal House, shit like that.
I will do it because it's like, look, I fucking
Animal
want to
House
talk about this
shit.
movie. I want to talk about
it.
this movie,
I
and
know.
if you're going to be on the show, you have to watch it with me.
That's the
That's
thing. Me not
Liking
being on the
it's not
show is
important.
it's not a possibility. I have to watch it and I have to be here.
You
I don't have a
have to
choice.
watch it. You have to join me. I don't want to do these shows without you. So anyway, so take his comment down. Gambit, don't give Gambit that much screen time, Martin.
Right?
Should have read the
Get
fine
his-
print before signing.
What are you thinking,
All right,
Martin?
fine. He walked away. He's probably peeing right now. When it comes to twins, I prefer the movie with Margot Kidder that came out in the 70s. I think De Palma did that one. What was that movie called? Margot Kidder movie about twins. Because there's another element that he left out of his description that is going to be an absolute turnoff to Anima for watching Dead Ringer. Sisters, 1972. Who directed that movie? Was that De Palma? Who directed that?
Don't know.
Sisters, 1972. There we go. Yeah, I was right. Brian De Palma. Screenplay by De Palma. The most genuinely frightening film since Hitchcock's Psycho. He always liked that comparison. He always considered himself the heir apparent to Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh yeah.
And
But
I'm
his
glad when it
directing
blew up in
style-
his face.
Yeah.
Well, it finally blew up in his face with Dead Ringer.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, Body Double. Sorry.
I was to say Body Double. Yeah, Dead Ringer's a great movie.
What were we just talking about?
Jeremy Irons was nominated for an Academy Award for that movie, actually.
I think one of the oddest films is the film M. Butterfly, which is just some bizarre film. It's just really bizarre. I watched it and I'm like, I never have to watch that again. I don't think it really had that much to offer. But Cronenberg directed it, and it's absolutely outside of his normal element. And in that, you find out that the opera singer that he falls in love with is actually a man played by John Lone, playing the kabuki singer, opera singer. Yeah, John Lone. It's a good look, well acted. Tragic ending, very tragic ending. He does. He does. And I do believe that he pulled on his Czechoslovakian lineage with his parents being from there to try to emulate that accent. And they did have dialogue coaches for this film.
I totally messed up the highlighting on this thing. I'm having
Like-
to read through all of it.
Arnold didn't worry about the accent when he's speaking English, but when he spoke Russian, he wanted to make sure he was enunciating correctly.
He spent 3 months on training for this,
Yeah.
learning Russian. And I think he
And
did a pretty good
by
job.
the way, Alpha, I do too. I really am a big fan of Edo Ross's, man. I fucking love his work. His movie, The Hidden, is one of my favorite weird, off-the-wall, independent sci-fi films of the 80s. It is absolutely something we should do on here. I love that movie. It's got Kyle MacLachlan in it.
I think I can actually keep that the way it is right there.
Oh, is this? Yeah, this is the scene with the guy dressed as a nurse, and fucking Belushi's character, like man, look at that ass. Goes on for weeks. There, it's a dude, man. You're hitting on a dude.
We just had a scene like that with the Joker in The Dark Knight, where he dresses as a nurse.
Sorry, I was just getting caught up on the comments.
I think if Arnold has an issue with accents, and I don't think he still has, it's that they wouldn't let him dub his own movies, but used other actors because
That always bothered him.
Yeah, I know, but I guess by now he should be over it. I mean, the biggest part of the German-speaking market is Germany, not Austria or Switzerland. They're minorities. So most people would have really had a problem with his German because he speaks a very rural dialect. And even Austrians don't like Syrian dialect. It sounds like a dog barking, basically. It's not.
And this is another scene where Gina Gershon's character gets in the middle of it because she's trying to keep them from killing each other. He was doomed as a character because she keeps throwing herself in the middle of things. And then, of course, Danko smokes the shit out of him.
Oh, you made Snorty yawn, Gary. Bad Gary.
I try to hide it. I put my hand over, like the Joker.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I'm off camera and yawn, and you yawn.
Only Joker that did that was Jared Leto, so nobody saw it, so they don't get it. Absolutely. And one of those things that was brought up, was why there was no sequel to this film, because everybody got a kick out of the two characters playing together.
I would have
So let's get into some of the technical aspects of this film. There's no information I can find anywhere as far as the budget, but it did earn about 35 million US, but was far outpaced by his other film, 88 film Twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger later wrote, "Wasn't the smash I'd expected. Why is hard to guess. It could be the audiences were not ready for Russia, or that mine and Jim Belushi's performance were not funny enough, or that the director didn't do a good enough job. For whatever reason, it just didn't quite close the deal." End quote. Walter Hill said of the film, quote, "Did pretty well at the domestic box office, but not as well as what we had hoped it would do. It was big in the foreign market, but I don't have any numbers for that. It was a very big seller on video cassette, which I do know that. Did the movie do poorly, medium, or well? So there you are.
According to the movie database, the budget was 29 million.
Okay, so it barely skated by the skin of its teeth in the United States. But what it made domestically, it made domestically for videotapes at the time, it absolutely killed it. It was one of the highest rented movies when it came out.
The Blockbuster days. What's up?
It was still family video for us. Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave it 3 out of 4 stars. That's a fucking good review. Hal Winston of the Washington Post panned the movie. Quote, "Red Heat is poorly or even indifferently made. It's a joyless exercise, and too much angry resignation seeps in for it to be funny or entertaining." End quote. Film historian Leonard Maltin, who I've always looked to, seemed to agree with Henson, calling the film cheerless, foul-mouthed, with two of the least appealing characters imaginable as good guys. That makes me sad because I love Leonard Maltin. I don't agree with that review at all. So let me see let me go look to see what's going on at. Oh wait, let me open it up here because it's actually on here for title. Well, I looked at Box Office Mojo. It does not show the international or the budget for the film there, so I'm not sure where you got that.
I just Googled it, and I put it in Google, the search thing, and it comes up with a few hits. They all mention the $29 million budget, and then it made $34.9 million in the US. Those are the numbers that I can find.
But it was released internationally, and I don't know what those numbers are. No idea. That sucks. I was going to go see because older films are
IMDb
still often
too.
found on Rotten Tomatoes. So
And he
let
says
me.
35 million worldwide, and that can't be right because that is the US alone. This is weird. Let me look into this.
Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what they get over there. It looks like critics hated it. Oh, audience scores on that are bad. Holy shit.
It's only 6.1 on IMDb.
38% on popcorn meter for audience and 67. Critics liked it more than we did. That's weird.
So apparently it made 35 million worldwide. Same as
I'm selecting one film from all of the actors except for Lazenby because I don't like Lazenby's movie. People try to argue with me, and I'm like, yeah, you're not selling it to me. You're not selling it to me. I don't like. I love the cinematography, and I think that's the only thing good about that movie is the cinematography. The effects were substandard. I couldn't stand Telly Savalas as Blofeld. Like, fucking Brooklyn accent. Like, get the fuck out of here. Let's see. No, we're only going to do one. What I consider to be the best from each one. I'm torn over two films with Roger Moore. It's either The Spy Who Loved Me or For Your Eyes Only. It's one or the other because they're both great fucking movies.
For Your Eyes Only is a better spy movie, I think.
Yeah, so I don't know, which one we should do, but definitely, and like a lot of people go, why aren't you doing Live and Let Die? And I'm like, because it's not my favorite Roger Moore film.
It is my favorite one. I love it.
Not mine.
It's my favorite.
I think it's a fun movie, but it also doesn't feel much like Bond because they were still writing for Sean Connery when they made that. It wasn't until later when he started smoking cigars instead of like, because he didn't like smoking cigarettes.
Here's what I can find.
You could start seeing Bond fleshed out.
Where did it go? There.
Okay.
And that's IMDb.
And that's wrong because it's either the domestic or it's the worldwide.
No, it
And
wouldn't be the
can't have
first
it both
time that.
ways.
No, it wouldn't be the first time that it made outside the US the same amount that it made in the US. So I think it's just oddly phrased. And it made as much outside of the US as it did within the US. We've had that before, and I went and double checked the numbers because I thought it's wrong. They just mean it made the same outside.
Yeah. Now I love all of the Sean Connery films except for Diamonds Are Forever. I really don't like that movie. It's so weird. I loved Dr. No. Fuck, man. Sean Connery just owned that role. But if you ask me which one is the best Connery film, it's absolutely From Russia with Love. Has the best villain of all time. I like Thunderball too.
Thunderball's my favorite
Goldfinger.
one with Sean Connery. Yes.
We're doing that on
Thunderball.
Saturday, guys. We're doing From Russia with Love on Saturday. Friday is Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Oh yeah, I know. You guys always do the best stuff on Friday and Saturday when I can't be here. It's just
Now I'm going to
Just
point
because-
out that Dr. No is actually done in a different order because it's the first Bond film, but it's actually follows From Russia with Love in the timeline of the books. So they had to change that within the movies.
I think From Russia with Love is one of my dad's favorite Bond movies.
Shirley Bassey kicking it with the theme song. Connery reprised Bond for the From Russia with Love game. The voice is notably different, but the game is fun.
I didn't know there was a game for that.
it was many years later. It was not
Yep.
it,
Yeah,
it came out in the 80s, I think.
but I will tell you this, GoldenEye, if not for GoldenEye, we probably wouldn't have the popularity of Call of Duty and all those first-person shooter games.
First-person shooter,
Because
baby.
It was
Yep.
It was the first.
It was the shit, man. Yep.
I played GoldenEye. I remember when it came out. I bought that fucking game.
Played
I
the
even
hell
bought
out
the
of
I bought the
GoldenEye.
game system just to play that
Right.
game.
Wasn't it on Nintendo 64? I think that's what it was on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. I remember them days.
Yeah, not a fan of that movie. I feel bad. One of the Bonds has to be skipped, but I will do Roger Moore, and then I will do Timothy Dalton, and then Pierce Brosnan, and I'll end there.
Of course, you're probably going to do GoldenEye with Brosnan, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, that's
look.
a
I
must.
like that second film like you do. I know the second film is your favorite.
Yeah,
I
it
do
is.
like that film, but GoldenEye has been voted,
Yes.
and I felt that way all along. I don't need those votes, but
No.
they confirm what I say, which is it is the best Timothy Dalton Bond film, and it's got some of
Are
the
you
best
talking about
effects
Pierce?
in it. Yeah, Pierce
GoldenEye?
Brosnan. Yeah, not
Okay.
Timothy.
Um,
Again, PCM definitely has the best movie watch along streams on YouTube. Thanks, Tom. I'm glad you feel that way, man. That means a lot.
We've
'Cause we
decided
do
a while
this.
ago that we want to talk about movies that we love. We don't want to talk shit about the stuff that's bad. We want to focus on
It's
the good
so
things.
easy to talk about shit that you don't like. Now, I will tell you that Saturday we are doing another Saturday morning show to basically discuss the second weekend box office for Superman. And because I told Sil, man, that second weekend is what's going to determine
Yep.
what happens. If it's
Didn't
going
do
to
well
succeed or fail.
internationally, man. Ooh.
I got to tell you right now, too, the director, writer, producer, not doing a good job of promoting his film, pissing people off every time he opens his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
I'm like, I tagged him the other day. I said, you need to shut the fuck up.
Right.
Why is he sabotaging his movie? That's stupid.
Because he wants to
hate
make a
when they do
stand,
that.
and he likes talking. He doesn't, he likes to always be talking. It's James Gunn, man. He's the Quentin Tarantino of superhero films, man.
Whatever.
That's my Quentin Tarantino impression.
Go, man. You go.
I would hear him say some of the stupidest shit. I like Quentin Tarantino, but his reasoning for certain things just annoys me. And he'll say something about a certain film that I know is a really good film, and he'll like shit on it. He goes, "No, man, now you need to go watch this film now if you want to watch." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, dude!"
Right.
Get back, get a job.
Get back, honky cat. Get back, honky cat. Get
And my
back.
problem with Quentin Tarantino's writer is the dude writes dialogue that's interchangeable with characters because he doesn't follow the rule of writing, which is every bit of dialogue should be there for either character development or for moving the story forward. That's what dialogue is for, really, is to help move your story forward. Plots aren't important. Storytelling is. And character
Tarantino only
development,
has one
character
rule: gotta have feet.
gotta have feet. This chick is so pretty. She really is. She reminds me of Dionne Warwick. And I saw her in some other stuff back in the 80s. I can't remember offhand, but she was in a few things, but I don't recall her ever doing anything big. The goofy part of this scene is why is she and why isn't he tell her, get the fuck away from me? You're going to get yourself killed. And she pulls the C-3PO where she runs between bullets.
Oops.
And fuck. It's like, fuck, man. I hate characters like hers. Like, why are you yelling and giving his position away all the time? And why isn't he doing anything about it? That drove me nuts watching this scene. Like, grab her by the face and push her to the ground and go, shut up.
She's a stupid character.
Screaming all the time.
Yeah,
Oh my
I hate
God.
that.
Well, yeah, it's like if you take the style of dialogue that he writes for both Sam Jackson and Travolta, either character could have been saying the other stuff. It's just fucking weird that he does that. Yeah, but I appreciate that, man. But I do try to kowtow to my teams, you know, to do stuff for them. And I try to do stuff that you guys want to see too. And I hope there he is. That's Pruitt. There you go. That's future Jonathan Kent in Superman.
Yeah, Gary, I tried to show you this earlier when you were talking about him. Hang on. Let me switch cameras. Where is it? Boop.
And he has that condition.
We met him at a Comic-Con. He was Otis on The Walking Dead. He was the one that Shane killed to survive.
Yeah, I don't have to outrun them. I just have to outrun you.
Right. But yeah, it's part of Rhonda's Walking Dead wall. Is Pruitt. Yep.
Very cool.
Yep.
Good fucking actor, man.
Yeah, he is. I loved him in Constantine, the priest that drank himself to death. It was awesome, man.
Yep.
Yep.
It's heartbreaking too.
It is. It's horrible.
Because he just kept breaking bottles trying to pouring the liquor down his fucking gullet. Because it's the only thing that keeps the demons away. And it's just fucking sad.
Why is Joe backstage all of a sudden?
I don't know. I'm not even on the screen.
Maybe trying to switch back to his
his devices are disconnected.
Yeah, that's probably because he wanted to switch back. It happens to Gary too.
So he was in 13 episodes of The Mentalist as a regular character.
I
JJ
love
LaRoche.
that show.
Yeah, me too. I want to rewatch the whole series with you.
Yeah.
I also introduced her to a character that she's going to be watching with me from beginning to end. A little show called Justified.
Oh,
Braylon
yeah.
Gibbons.
My buddy loves that show. He swears up and down I need to watch it from beginning to end.
Oh, I fucking love that show.
Isn't that Timothy Oliphant? Isn't that him?
Timothy Oliphant, yep.
What's that one about again?
Timothy's a Texas Marshal that's really quick to shoot people when he needs to.
Shoot first and ask question later. Yeah, that's what
he does not back down from having to take somebody. But I wanted to go back to Pruitt because the movie that I saw with him that I just fucking loved was this film that he did with Liv Tyler called Heavy. And it's a little independent film that he did where he plays this guy that runs this restaurant and he's in love with the Liv Tyler character. And I really think it's a sweet movie. I really like the movie. It's a drama, and it's written and directed by James Mangold. And you guys know who he is. I mean, he's famous for Logan, but he also directed and produced. Was it Ford versus Ferrari? And he directed Walk the Line. I mean, these are really good films.
Yeah, he's done some.
I love him as a director. I don't think he's based though. He directs a lot of things that are based, but he himself, I think, is a typical lefty, and has some really odd.
Isn't he doing one of the Star Wars movies they've got slated? I think he is.
Supposedly,
Mangold is doing the First Jedi.
Allegedly.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to get Anima to say it. Allegedly.
I know.
Allegedly.
Sometimes I do read your mind, Gary. And I know the words that you like me saying. So.
Yes.
Wonder why they're doing that. That's weird.
Like vegetable.
I love when she says vegetable. Vegetable. It's funny when she says it. I consider The Spy Who Loved Me, Live and Let Die, and Moonraker, etc. are fun romps. I consider The Spy Who Loved Me actually a very serious film. But I got to tell you, For Your Eyes Only, I think it's going to win out. I think it's the most serious version
it's the better spy movie, that's for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But don't get me wrong, because look, man, fucking Star Wars, Bond in space, fuck yes.
Oh fucking my God, Moonraker. Oh,
Drax,
Lord, please.
Drax, who is actually going to blow up London with dirigibles, and
right.
And then of course, Live and Let Die is just, I mean, that fucking alligator or crocodile farm dude that did that stunt running across the tops of those alligators, crocodiles.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. And he got hit by one of them, but it didn't get him. He broke loose right at the last second. And they kept it in the movie because that's the one that's in the movie.
What do you think about the title song for Live and Let Die?
Oh, it's absolutely the single greatest Bond theme song. Paul McCartney and Wings. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song. But I really, I got to be honest, after that one, oddly, the Daniel Craig theme, 2 theme songs from Daniel Craig are on my top list.
Oh, the one for Casino Royale's my favorite.
Woo! You Know My Name
Mm-hmm.
is that one. And then the one that Smith, the guy from Black Keys,
Mm-hmm.
and Alicia, what's her name? The New York, did the song New York. Oh man, that song that they did together for the second film, that's a great theme song. And then Adele with Skyfall. Fuck, man.
First
That
Bond
was
theme to
such a
ever win the
surprise.
Academy Award for Best Song.
It's amazing. And
Yeah,
then they went
right?
downhill from there. The rest of it, what's his name? Smith that did the one for the next film, garbage song. Fuck that song. And fuck him. It's like trying to think. It's like, go fuck yourself, asshole.
I don't think I even know that song. I dropped out of James Bond with Craig.
Adele can't help the way she sings. That's her fucking voice.
Yeah.
Smith, man, that guy's a fucking asshole.
Right.
Why are we keeping the same comments up? Are you here, Martin?
I'm not doing anything, so if
Yeah,
you don't do
I
it,
am.
Gary,
But
it's my thing.
Okay.
I'm trying to pick them, and you override me. So what can I do?
Man with the Golden Gun. Look, that's the first Roger Moore Bond film. That's the one that gets credited. It's not a very good movie, but
What's the
that's
second
when
one? Live and Let
that's
Die
where
was
Roger Moore got to be more Roger Moore, and it didn't really become more official until the next film, the third film. Jane Seymour. I can't stand Jane Seymour. I really don't like her.
Did she play Domino in Live and Let Die? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
We have a new.
Yeah, and she's only good. She's only of use as a soothsayer, as a virgin, and Bond ruins that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He don't pop that cherry.
Look out.
And that's a film that gets a lot of heat.
Does it get red heat though? Does it get red heat? Though?
Not red heat. Here is the bus scene, and I like that he chose to use buses. This is a fucking cool chase scene. I'd never seen this before. And you wouldn't see a chase scene with a bus again for years. Until, come on, in the 90s, Speed.
That's right. He uses a bus in 48 hours too. When they have a shootout in the street. That was awesome. I love the camera work on that scene in 48 hours. It's awesome. Love it.
What's her name again that played Domino? I forgot it. Seymour.
You just said it, Jane Seymour. Jane Seymour, sir.
What is the guy from Dumb and Dumber? The normally serious actor.
Oh, see, now you're going to make me look shit up. Good Lord. Let me see.
I've already got it.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Laura
Jeff
and Hardy.
Daniels.
Are you talking about them?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, here we go. So Jeff Daniels had to do a scene with her.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the fucking movie. Because Jeff Daniels was on David Letterman one night, and he fucking threw her under the bus for having bad breath, halitosis.
Oh, no. Really? Oh, that's so wrong.
That's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
Worst actress I've ever had to do a kiss with, Jane Seymour. Fucking
Oh
terrible
yeah, I
crap.
remember that. That was a dick move.
Yeah, Jeff Daniels, man. I don't like him as a person. I have a problem with him on a personal level. But the guy who gets compared to him all the time is Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman, I like him on a personal level, and I like him as an actor. I like him both ways, man. But Jeff Daniels, I think, is a fucking. I think he's just a hint of a narcissist.
A prick? Would you call him a prick?
Don't you love women's legs? Good Lord. Barbara Eden. Oh my God, Barbara Eden. I got to tell you, even as a little kid, I loved her naval base.
Come on now. The midriff on that girl is something else. Look out.
And they would slip because censors didn't want her navel showing. But every once in a while, you'll see it slip through, and the censors didn't catch it.
Why did they have a problem with that? That is so weird. I can to some extent get nipples, but a fucking navel?
Yeah, censors had problems.
Well, you got to
with
remember
belly
the
buttons.
time. It was the 60s when that show was out. I mean,
Oh, Andy is here. What is IDLH? I don't know what that means.
we were still in the days of having to have one foot on the floor when people were kissing on a bed.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah. What does IDLH mean?
I do
don't
like
know what
her.
that means.
I do like her, yeah.
Oh, I do. Or I don't. Because one said I do and one said I don't. Which one is it? Oh, you don't like him.
No, I
okay.
think it's I do. No? Okay.
Talking about Jeff again. Yeah. Jeff Daniels, good actor, but he's, I watched him one time on that one talk show describing how he did that scene in the movie Speed where he gets blown up. And he goes into this long diatribe about how he learned from this other actor that told him, or taught him something. And it's like, just fucking tell why you did it, that you wanted to show the face go slack. That's all you do. You don't have to go into that long-winded fucking story that went nowhere to just finally say, it's what's slack. There you go. That's it.
He went viral back in the day when he was on Newsroom. That opening scene in that show.
Yeah, that whole, and by the way, every argument they make as to why America is great is wrong.
Yeah.
Every single one of those. Mm-hmm. Who's to blame for our education? Well, I don't know, but I could say who that is, because it's run by a certain organization, certain group of people, just saying. But that's not what makes this country great. What makes this country great is the fact that you can come here and make something. You could be nobody and make something of your
You can be
life.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can come from nothing, not even know the language, and become the most
fucking farmer.
Yep.
And he was a millionaire, by the way, before he even started acting.
Yep. Just from this bodybuilding career.
Real estate. His bodybuilding gave him money. It was real estate that made him rich.
He was a made man before he made Hollywood.
Fuck yeah. And he wanted to make sure he did it right. And so he did not make that jump into being a movie star actor until he was certain he was ready. And I got to tell you, one of my favorite movies of his early on is The Villain.
The Villain, man. He's the
Anne
white
Margaret, and I guarantee you he nailed Anne Margaret. Anne Margaret's in there, and fucking Kirk Douglas is the bad guy. What a fun movie. It's basically a live-action Bugs Bunny movie.
Yep.
This is a shot. Now, you can see that cop. That's a real cop looking at him. And he's like, what the fuck is going on over there?
And he slowly inches closer to him, talking with his.
And then there's another cop to his immediate right, and the two of them begin inching closer and closer, till eventually I think they finally packed up and left. But they let this run for a while, and you could see them fucking getting closer and closer, trying to see what they're doing.
And then it goes black.
Yep.
That they let them get away with the footage is what surprises me.
And again, ironically, they were given permission, but chose to still do it that way because they were terrified that they were going to get in trouble. There you are. Red Heat is like one of those films. If you've never seen it, you got it. He nailed Anne Margaret phrasing. No. I meant that. He nailed her.
Like,
I guarantee you, he was single and probably one of the biggest men she's ever seen in her life. And she definitely liked young guys. She did. You talking about the villain? Yeah, I talk about that film. Somebody go, "What is it?" I go, "Yeah, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's first real movie."
Yeah,
produced by a studio.
He barely says anything in it.
My favorite scene is when his character's name is Handsome Stranger. When he goes to get to the train ticket guy, played by Mel Tillis, and Mel Tillis, a lot of people don't know this, had conquered his stutter by the time he started acting. Because he did it with singing. He learned and conquered his stutter. And he could actually talk without a stutter. But he could call on that stutter anytime
he wanted to, man.
And it helped sell his persona.
Yep.
And it added to great comedy.
Oh, my God.
And that scene with him as the ticket guy, the train ticket guy, is so fucking funny. I love Mel Tillis, man. Fucking love that dude. Yeah, Benny Dobbins died. Yeah.
Because Joe said Arnie barely speaks in that one movie. Arnold has his best moments with fucking one-liners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pulled
and he did. He made a career out of doing James Bond lines. The one-liners.
Guys,
James
I was
Bond
watching him on Rich Eisen's show the other day. You know, I'm a big NFL fan, and
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Rich Eisen is the one that Jeff Daniels was on and made an ass of himself telling that story.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to tell you, if you haven't seen the one with him and Arnold Schwarzenegger, watch it, because he talks about the fact that in the Terminator, he went round and round with Cameron about the line, "I'll be back." He wanted to say, "I will be back." Yeah.
Argued with him. And James Cameron goes, "Look, man, I'm not going to tell you how to act. You need to stop telling me how to write.
Right.
And say the line." And he did.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's his go-to now.
Classic. Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, he's made half his career off of that shit.
And by the way, Gambit, I am not a fan of Another 48 Hours either. Eddie Murphy got fat and it looks weird and it's not as funny. And I hated that they made Kehoe a bad guy.
Right. They made Kehoe the fucking bad guy. That's the
Iceman.
That pissed me off.
Yeah. I don't even acknowledge that movie exists.
Again, I was a Brian James fan early on because of Blade Runner, 1982. And I hated him getting treated that way. Mel Tillis from Pahokee, Florida. Another actor that conquered his stutter with acting is James Earl Jones. He had a horrible stammer. And he did, there's an interview with him, and he pulled up the stammer just to show them what his stammer was, because he could still emulate it.
I've never seen him do it, but I've seen Bruce Willis talk in interviews about his stutter. He had a bad stutter. Yeah.
Well, one thing that Bruce Willis had was his was stretched out. He would stretch outwards, and he learned to beat that. What happened with poor James Earl Jones is consonants would hang him up, F's, M's in particular, and he would go, and he would get stuck on it. And it's just how he did that is just amazing. Rowan Atkinson too. It's why he says Bob in a funny way. I'll tell you the word he says in a funny way, Reed. Thank you. That tongue goes all the way out of his mouth. Thank you. Because he doesn't say it. He mouths it. He looks at somebody on the what's the fucking weird show that he did, the TV series he did, Rowan Atkinson.
Oh,
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. he looked over at this person and he goes, that tongue was all the way out of his mouth. I love Rowan Atkinson. He's so fucking funny. A weird movie. Here's a weird movie for you guys. If you're a Rowan Atkinson fan, and if you happen like Jeff Goldblum, The Tall Guy came out in the 80s. Rowan Atkinson is the heavy in it. He plays a snobbish, self-important host of a popular variety show on the BBC, and Jeff Goldblum works for him. And he sees Jeff Goldblum as just a gimmick that he uses as Tall Guy. And I like the film. It's a romantic comedy. Good film. The Tall Guy. Jeff Goldblum, Rowan Atkinson.
Did you know, Gary, that Mr. Bean led to me and my siblings on my mom's side being in an IKEA catalog in the 90s?
No.
We were waiting for big package stuff to be delivered to my mom's car. And there was a TV with Mr. Bean on, and we were all sitting on that shopping cart thingy watching it. And somebody was taking photos for the next IKEA catalog, and they liked 5 kids being all looking in the same direction, having a good time. And my mom never told us. So when the next IKEA catalog was delivered, we got it by post. It was the biggest surprise that we were in it. That was pretty cool.
Oh, Outcast Creative agrees with me. Yeah. If you know that film, you can be friends with me. I like people who know the obscure films that I'll bring up. Yeah. The musical version of Elephant Man.
Oh no, really?
It's in the movie. It is. It's The Tall Guy. I
That's
fucking love that
awesome.
movie, dude.
That is awesome.
Goldblum was in another one. I did the stage production for the Cat Theater. Because like I told you, I was a card-carrying union member for Stage Actors Guild.
Yeah.
And I was in a production of Beyond Therapy. I played the asshole therapist. And I knew I had nailed that character as a sexist when I delivered one of his lines, and I heard the woman on the left side of the back of the theater go, "What an asshole!"
Right.
And I wouldn't smile on stage because I was stayed in character, but that stuck with me. I'm like, oh yeah, I like it when I get really strong reactions from the audience from characters. Like when I played Richard, the Lionheart in The Lion in Winter. There's a scene where it's after the intermission, okay? And the first scene we do is in the dungeon. It's actually the wine cellar in the castle. And we're being held there. Eleanor, Joffrey, John, and me are all being held prisoner in this dungeon. And I come on stage, first scene, lights come up, I burst from this room off the side of the stage, yelling, "The bastards boxed us in." And I was so fucking loud when I delivered it. This poor old lady in the front row jumped, and the program in her head went up in the air and slowly descended. And the entire cast just sort of stopped to watch this thing landing. And I complained. I said, "And it's filthy down here," and I kicked it back to her. I liked working with actors that were good with improvising comical moments. And I still hate it. Which one is this? What is he talking about?
About Brian James' character in Another 48 Hours.
Oh yeah, fuck. I will never watch that movie again. I've never watched it. After the first time seeing it, I will never watch it again. I was so fucking angry what they did to Kehoe. I'm like, he was a great character, and you're going to turn him into a bad guy?
Right. Sucking.
Brian James finally got to play a good guy, and no, they had to fuck that up.
Yeah. I got to go, Big Daddy. You be good.
All right, Joe.
Good to see you guys.
Easy, buddy.
Take care of yourselves.
Ciao, brother. Love you, buddy.
I guess we can.
By the way,
right?
So I went out with my friends last night. I don't get to see them very often. Ultra Rob came by, picked me up. We went to dinner with Alicia and Sean. And now Alicia is Sean's ex-wife, but they're still friends. Thank God. She forgave him for some of the stuff he did. And Sean has been one of my friends that fumbles a lot in life because he is a drug addict and he will fall off the wagon. And I've watched him and I'm like, I'm there for you, but I'm not going to help you if you're not helping yourself. I'll always be there. But he's also probably the single most outlandish friend I've ever had. I have seen his penis one too many times in my life. And just that's enough. I don't need to tell you everything. But I have seen his wiener. And it's a lot to deal with. Because the guy's a ginger. He absolutely has a ginger bush. And it's just like, oh my God. And a purple dick. Jeez. Oh. Anyway, so it was a fun night. And we're all hanging out. And I met some new people I'd never met before that were friends of Alicia's and Sean's through their jobs. And it was just so nice. And then the evening ends. I'm in so much pain because I hadn't taken one bit of ibuprofen yesterday. I did not take it until I got home to go to bed. And I went to physical therapy yesterday. And so I was wrecked sitting in that chair.
Why
it got
did
so
you
bad.
take it?
There was compression. There was no time. Fuck, man, let me finish. So I'm sitting there in this tall bar stool because there were no chairs available. It's one of those tall chairs. And about 2 hours into the night, my right leg was numb. No matter what I did, it was numb all the way from the thigh down because my nerves was getting compressed in with my spine. And I finally just turned to him at about 2.5 hours. I said, yeah, I can't take much more of this, buddy. Are you ready to go? He's, oh yeah, I was ready like a half hour ago. And I'm like, why didn't you say something? Like, I was like ready to go too, but I don't want to ever be that guy. And so as we're leaving, Sean motherfucking McCombs. We all give our hugs. I'm hugging him, and then he starts biting and kissing my ear as I'm doing it, and I'm trying to let go, and he's like got those arms wrapped around me, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like almost losing it. He's like, he didn't French my ear, but God, I was afraid he was going to because he's so fucking crazy. First time I met Sean and his brother, Chris, it was in videos by my buddy Stuart. And either Chris or Sean walked out on camera with a tube sock. That's all he's wearing over his dick, flopping around. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching here? And he goes, I don't know, man. The McCombs are crazy. And I have crazy friends. This is the guy who set himself on fire one time. He's also, because we're in a couple of videos that went international. One was with the fireworks battle, where the Patio Patton's fucking bunker blew up. We destroyed in one split second close to about $300 to $400 for the fireworks. It's just one fell swoop by a free bottle rocket that we got for getting a fill-up of gas. And it skipped, because it didn't have the strength to go over the fucking river. It skipped over the river and then went into the bunker and found a crack this big on the guy's foot locker and went in and blew up that whole thing. It ended up being on national TV. It's funny as hell. And you can hear the more he cusses, the more angry he gets, the louder we're laughing, because we thought that was funny. The angry he got, it was hilarious. That's the kind of friends I have. Okay. And then Sean himself, I wasn't there for this, and I wish I had been because I would have kicked his ass. He and Stuart went out to demolish a house, and he decided to take a sledgehammer to a fire brick fireplace that goes the full 2 stories inside the kitchen, inside the house. He's going to break it. and it ended up, like I said, on national TV for people doing stupid shit. And he barely escaped it. You could actually see him on camera get hit in the right shoulder by some of the bricks. That if it had fallen on him, it would have killed him. Absolutely would have killed him, that scrawny motherfucker. So he always referred to me, even back when I wasn't fat, he called me fat fuck, and I called him skinny. What's up, skinny? What's this futuristic master? Oh, Blade Runner? Yeah. I'll save that for another day because I don't want to get into Blade Runner today. I've seen things you people couldn't believe. No, the line. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. I've seen attack ships on fire up the shoulder of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments lost in time, like tears in rain. He does that choke up there. And that was the only thing he added. What he did is he whittled down the lines to those lines and from the script, and then he added like tears in rain because it was raining on the set. They had that fake rain. One of those great moments with Rutger. He was a brilliant dude. So many actors out there are fantastic writers themselves. Jack Nicholson. And another one is Robert Shaw. Robert Shaw actually is a celebrated author. A lot of people don't know that about Robert Shaw. It's an amazing one. Yeah, Blade Runner will always remain my number one favorite film of all time. And AFI and BFI both voted it the single most influential film of the 20th century because you can see its influences in so much cinema. I love Oliver Reed. Yeah, fucking genius. I love his breakdown of the difference between stage acting and film acting. If you ever see that, I think that was who's that famous interviewer? It wasn't Frost. Oh my God, I can't think of his English interviewer, famous, and I can't think of his name right now.
Nope.
Oh man. Anyway, he did an interview with him, and Oliver Reed talked about the difference between stage acting and movie acting, and he nailed it. It was perfect. It's hilarious too. He doesn't say glittering. He says glitter. I saw sea beams glitter in the dark of Tannhauser Gate. I don't remember that line being said that way. Hannibal Brooks, a lost Oliver Reed film. Yeah. Parkinson. Thank you. Thank you, Reed. You got it. That's the guy, Parkinson. It's a Parkinson interview with Oliver Reed. It's so fucking good.
Phrasing. Parkinson, you got it, Reed.
Yeah, there was no S at the end, so it doesn't count. So Red Heat, another fun film. The next film that Belushi did was Canine. And I like that movie too. Al Bundy's in that one. And it's a lot funnier. I think it's a whole lot funnier. This film is an action film with some comedy in it. But overall, it's really an action film. I like the movie Burnt Offerings. It's a good movie. And yeah, that's Oliver Reed, and it's their family. They move into a house, not realizing it's their end. They're going to be offered up as a sacrifice for the spirits to keep going. It's a little hint of Stephen King's The Shining with the ghosts of the Overlook. Yeah. All right. That's it. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's always fun to, like I said, we've got the best chat. I like interacting and reading you guys' comments. Deeply appreciate it. Once again, Jim Belushi calls him Gumby for a reason. His hair looked like that. And that's Gumby and Pokey. And I actually had the bendable rubber figures when I was a kid. I wanted to do stop motion animation with them, make my own Gumby Pokey movies. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? And then Pokey talked like this. Great fucking cartoon. Well, it's not really a cartoon, but it is animated. Love that show. But anyway, thanks for being here, guys. We're going to get the heck out of here. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. So let me go to private chat here and look at everybody. We had Gambit, Snorty, Anima, who's on the show now, thank goodness. Penny, Read by Nature, 11 Alpha, 2 Nguyen. Well, you don't pronounce the N, it's just Gwyn, as I recall. Sandra Hammerslag, Eli Cortez, Vinkman's Girl, or Peter Vinkman Fan Site, Tom Baker, Helen Place, Wolvie of the 1/4 Jew. Name, oh my God. Wade, Genghis Khan, D. Bud Martin, Andy S., and Outcast Creative. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with us today and joining us in chat. And Penny's off to church. Have a great day.
Bye, Penny.
Remember to smash that like button and please leave comments. And if you have any ideas of films you want us to do, suggest them in the chat. Not in the chat, I'm sorry, in the comments below after the show is over, because that is one of the, I check those, like, if not every day, every other day. And I try to watch for it every day, but I don't always catch them. So I will do a deep dive to look see if there's anything new every other day, minimum.
That's true.
So 11 Alpha, you take it easy, buddy. Hail in place. All you guys have a great rest of your week. Remember, it's hump day, so don't forget to hump your favorite thing.
Oh my God.
Hey, if you got a beagle, hump them back. We'll get them to stop.
Don't. Beagles smell awful.
Don't hump your baby Grogu again, Gary. He can't take it. You're too big.
Demonetized.
Demonetized. Thanks, Anima. Anyway, we're out of here, guys. Everybody have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on Friday. Keith will be here tomorrow. I don't know what he'll be talking about, but he should be talking about Superman. And we will see you on Friday, guys. Bye now. This episode was brought to you by the color black, which is not a color.